everyone, and welcome to another video. 3 of my girls would like to introduce you to Peter Humple. First of all, there was Denise. Hello Denise, how are you? Good morning. I'd gone to bed when you messaged last night. I'm fine, thanks. I'm sorry to send you messages that late at night. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. I just got home. I was at a meeting in the village hall. Oh, that's nice. I guess village isn't quite the right term these days. It was still a village when I was a child. LOL, where are you chatting from? I live in Guildford. Where is Guildford located? This is Surrey, southwest of London. Oh, okay. Where are you? I'm in North Carolina, United States. Are you originally from there? Why do you want to know? Are you looking for people from a particular place? Not at all. I just wanted to know. You look Canadian. That'd be ridiculous. I've never even been there, have you? LOL, he said. Yes, I've been there. Glad to know you're from England. I've always wanted to visit England. Have you done much travelling? She asked. Not much, I would say, but I've been to Hungary, Mexico and Canada. Have you? No, my late husband wasn't really interested. We went to Spain a couple of times when the children were small. Why did you go to Hungary? It's nice to travel and know new places. Every journey is an adventure. My mother is from Hungary. Do you have children? Siblings? Denise copied the bit where she said, my late husband wasn't really interested. We went to Spain a couple of times when the children were small. Are you working your way down a list of questions and not reading my answers? Why did you guys travel to Spain? He tried. We went on holiday. That's nice. How old are your children now? Ian's 50 and Elizabeth is 48. They're adults with kids. That's good to hear. Do you live with any of them, or you live alone? Ian lives in Godalming and Elizabeth lives in Brighton. Oh, okay. How old are you? I'm 75. How old are you? I'm 64 years old. You look much younger. That's very kind of you. Smiles. How long since you lost your late husband? Albie died 8 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that. Have you been on any relationship since then? I'm not interested in that. Albie was the only man I ever had. I'm sorry for that. Sometimes we all feel alone, no matter how much we love our partners. Can you send me a recent pic of you, please? If you give me your address, I'll post one to you. Smiles. I'd love to know you better. Not tonight, it's late and I'm just going to bed. Can we talk tomorrow? I'm sure we can. My son and his boys usually come on Saturday mornings. Good night for now. I'm off to bed. When will you be able to text? OK, sunshine. Good night. Good morning. Good morning, sunshine, he said. I guess it's probably noon over there. But Denise, of course, was ignoring him because her son and the boys were there. It was 4 hours ago, she said later. OK, how are you doing today? And how's your day going so far? I must confess, you are amazingly beautiful. I just can't stop staring at your profile picture. You might need stronger glasses. It's true. You are indeed amazingly beautiful. That's very kind of you. Smiles. How's your evening going? I was just making myself a sandwich. To save you asking, it was chicken and sweet corn, and yes, it was yummy. That's nice. Glad you enjoyed it. I love chicken. What are you doing now? Standing on one leg on a branch of the apple tree. What are you doing now? LOL. You're funny. It's 2:48 p.m. over here, and I'm just relaxing my back. Been working since morning. What work do you do? Wait for it, guys. I work as a heavy-duty hydraulic pump operator. Goodness, I don't think I even know what that means. Do you pump out flooded houses? It's a stressful but loving job. Loving? My goodness, no, LOL, he said, in reply to her asking if he pumped out flooded houses. I love my job. So what do you do? Heavy-duty hydraulic pump operation and maintenance. Pumps and pipes. Big ones. Yes, you said. Do you operate a pump that pumps out flooded basements? Big basements. Or operate a pump that pumps out flooded drains? Big drains. Or operate a pump that pumps out ships' bilges? Big ones. No, not that type of pumps. Our job is associated with marine engineering. We work on sea, or refineries, or rigs, or companies. Anything that has to do with hydraulic pumps and pipes. The big ones. Added Denise. The company I work with are contractors in the field. And in reply to Denise saying, "But big ones," he said, "Yes." And in reply to him saying, "The company I work with are contractors in the field," Denise said, "The field of big pumps, or is it just a big field of big turnips?" "LOL, you're funny," he said. "Field of marine engineering. OK, and which pump are you operating right now? Is it at sea, or a refinery, on a rig, or a company?" "Like I said, the company I work for are contractors, and I'm not yet enlisted to go to Mexico. So all I just do for now is, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Loads of paperworks, and diagrams, and sketches. You told me you were operating a heavy-duty pump. Did you change jobs since this morning?" He copied where he'd said, "I work as a heavy-duty hydraulic pump operator." "This is what I said." "Yes, it is. That's what you told me you were doing today. But now you've decided you aren't operating a pump. You're doing the ubiquitous paperwork." "I didn't say I was working on any pump. I said I work as," he said. "Yes, when I asked you, what are you doing at work today? So the answer is, you're currently unemployed, waiting for a contract in Mexico." "You're misunderstanding all I said. Go through my messages again." "Why don't you clarify it for me? You said it's 2:48 p.m. over here and I'm just relaxing my back, been working since morning. So let's start again. What work have you been doing since morning?" "I've been doing paperworks. Loads of paperwork." "How are you doing today, beautiful?" "Good evening, I'm fine, thanks. Do you do paperwork with a ballpoint pen or a fountain pen?" "I prefer fountain pens. How are you?" "I'm fine, thanks. I didn't know people still did physical paperwork and using the fountain pen. In the UK, we use computers these days." "Works are done with computers too, LOL. How are you today?" "I'm fine, thanks." "Nice to hear. How's your evening going? Are you busy with something?" "I'm just watching the news on TV." "OK. Is it about the war in Israel?" "It's about our Prime Minister," said Denise. "Oh, OK. Have you been doing more of that ubiquitous paperwork today?" "LOL, not at all today. What did you do today?" "I cleaned the bathroom, ordered some new winter slippers, searched some catalogues for Christmas presents, spoke to my daughter in Brighton, had tea with my friend up the road. What did you do today?" "That was nice. Did nothing much yet. It's just 1:25 p.m. over here now, but I'll be going to get groceries later after work, and then maybe cook spaghetti for dinner." "What did you have for dinner?" "OK, what will you be doing at work today?" "I had fried worm casserole with chocolate ant coating." "Nice," said Anne, who clearly hasn't got the recipe. "Some materials are coming in by 3:30 p.m, and I have to inspect it and put the details in file." "Materials for what?" "For work." "You're making curtains, obviously. What kind of materials and what are they for?" "LOL, no, materials like equipments for work." "Why is it so hard to get a sensible answer from you? What kind of materials? You must know what you're inspecting if you have to inspect them." "Oh dear, you might wish you hadn't asked, Denise." "T-joints, brass heads and coiled tubing pipes. I know what I'm expecting." "Why are they being delivered to you? I thought you probably would know." "Not, my dear. It's for the company I work for. I have to inspect it to see if they're complete." "I do," he said in reply to her saying she thought he probably would know. "I was expecting a proper answer. You know, we're expecting a delivery of 400 T-joints because we're building some scaffolding for a customer. Something sensible. Not that I've any idea what a T-joint is." "I'm sorry if my response sounds improper. You're funny." "You aren't," said Denise. "Brass T-joints are not meant for scaffolding." "I've no idea what they are. I said that." "Sorry, I know you did." "You could tell me what they're used for, instead of telling me what they aren't used for. Then I'd learn something." "They're used for connecting big pipes, because they're big. And they're used for joining the coiled tubing pipes." "Yes, if they're big, you would use them for connecting big pipes. It'd probably be difficult to use them for small pipes, if they're big. It comes in different sizes. What did you do for work before?" "You mean they aren't all big? My goodness, I was an accountant. I ran my own small business with my late husband. We did accounts for individuals and small businesses." "That's nice to know. Hope you're having a wonderful and good evening today." "Oh yes, it's amazing and lovely." "Why, which bit is nice to know?" "It's nice to know you and your late husband ran the same business together. I'm sorry for the late response, just got home." I guess you're in bed already. Good morning. Yes, I'd gone to bed by the time you messaged last night. Sorry for messaging you that late, beautiful. How are you? And how's your evening going so far? Sorry for not being on lately. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. How are your big pipes today? LOL. Work's going fine. How's your day going? I went to Woking with a friend to do some Christmas shopping. What work were you doing? Was it just paperwork with your fountain pen? You must have a very large filing cabinet to store all the paperwork. Not at all, LOL. I think I'll be spending 3 weeks in Tampico, Mexico. Are you in bed already? Good morning. Good morning. You didn't tell me what work you were doing, because it gets rather boring when I keep having to ask you what should be a simple question. LOL. I understand. To be honest, I didn't have much work to do yesterday. So Denise copied the bit where he'd said, work is going fine, how's your day going? We were preparing, wait for it ladies and gentlemen, here we go, coil tubing machines for Mexico. That must mean you have a factory or warehouse that you work from. We're taking 2 of it to Mexico, and I will be in Mexico as well. Okay, I won't ask how you get them there, because I know I'll get a stupid answer. It's a big firm. The coil tubing came in on Friday by shipping. It was a machine before, now it's the tubing. Make up your mind. That's how we transport all our equipment. Coil tubing is a very big equipment, dear. Let me send you a pic of it. No, said Denise, please read what I said. First you were inspecting coil tubing machines. Now you're talking about the actual coil tubing. I'm sure even you know they're not the same thing, with or without a pic. Coil tubing is the same as coil tubing machine, said our man, who clearly had no idea what he was talking about. And it's the same thing. The difference is the coil tubing pipes. No, you idiot. A coil tubing machine is what you use to insert coil tubing, but I'm sure they're both big, so go with the big pipes. A coil tubing machine, he tried to inform her, is used to insert coil tubing pipes, and the process is called coil tubing, and he sent her a photograph of a reel of coil tubing and a photograph of a coil tubing machine. You didn't need to give me the definition, said Denise, but I'm sure you've read it, so you now know that a coil tubing machine is used to insert coil tubing pipes, and they're not the same thing, and coil tubing is a verb, the process of inserting the coil tubing using a coil tubing machine. So you now know they're not the same thing. So now you can tell me which you have, the machine or the tubing. You can use those pictures you sent me to help you make your decision. And I want an adult answer, like a mature, experienced engineer would give, not some ridiculous excuse written by an idiotic kid who has no idea what he's talking about. Which will it be, I wonder? Place your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. We have the coil tubing skid, the coil tubing unit, and the coil tubing reels, he said, having resorted to Google. And in reply to her saying coil tubing is a verb, the process of inserting the coil tubing, he said, we're saying the same thing. No, we're not. You were saying the machine and the tubing are the same thing. They aren't. As you've just said, you have the unit and the tubing reels. I assume you can tell the difference between a large machine and a reel of tubing. At least I hope you can, since it was you that was inspecting them yesterday. Both the CTU, CTS and CTR are, guess what, big equipments. OFGS, said Denise, shut up with pretending you didn't know the difference between a machine and a reel of tubing. How idiotic are you? Think carefully before you answer that, by the way. Why are you being mean? Why are you acting like an idiotic small boy instead of a mature, experienced marine engineer who could and should explain the difference in detail? If I didn't know differently, it sounds as if you have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm pleased they're big equipments to go with the big pumps. If you behave, Father Christmas might bring you a big train set to go with them. Explaining in details means explaining the use of both the CTU, CTS and CTR altogether, said our man, hoping to blind Denise with science. No, it doesn't. It just means knowing that a coil tubing machine and a reel of coiled tubing are not the same thing. The clue when you're inspecting them might be that one looks like a large machine, the other looks like a reel of tubing. Now change the subject before you make yourself look even more stupid. They're not the same. Even the skid is different, but they're all coiled tubing. OFGS, said Denise. Do you really not know the difference between a machine and a reel of tubing? A machine that's used to insert the tubing from the reel. I'm beginning to wonder just how thick, stupid, dim and plain idiotic you can be. Do you know the difference between a sewing machine, a machine that's used for sewing, and a reel of cotton, the cotton that comes on a reel and is used by the machine? Maybe your mummy did all her sewing by hand. LOL. Stop, please, he said. No, it's you that's acting like a childish, moronic idiot. It's far from funny, unless you think being a lying, brain-dead idiot is funny. Goodbye, idiot. You're being very mean. Goodbye, idiot. You're being unbelievably stupid. You copied and pasted a definition that even you didn't understand. Then copied and pasted from photos you didn't understand. That's new level idiotic. Goodbye, idiot. You didn't even give me a chance to explain when I wanted to. I didn't copied and pasted anything. Liar, said Denise. Why judge someone wrongly? Goodbye, idiot. Feel free to talk to yourself. For a while, man did. The skid and the unit and the reel are all coiled tubing. How should you not understand that if you know too much? Mounted together is called coiled tubing machine. What did I say that is different? Stop being mean to others. You didn't ask for the use, rather you asked for the difference in size. To quote that famous quote.
You said what?
Then he thought maybe he'd try his luck with Annie. Hello, Annie. How are you? Good morning. Good morning, sunshine. Hope your morning is as beautiful as your smile. You're a flatterer, aren't you? Smiles! Truth be told, you are indeed beautiful. If you say so. I'm just on my tea break, so I can't stop and chat for long. I understand. Enjoy your tea break. Good morning, Annie, he said the next day. Good morning. How are you today, Annie? I've got a headache. I hope I'm not getting a virus. I have to start work at midday. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sorry to hear. Don't you think it's stress? Stress? What on earth are you talking about? Did you mean to send that to someone else? Or are you one of those idiotic West African scammers who think life should be easy and stress-free? What do you mean? I'm asking if it's work stress or something else causing your headache. It doesn't require you being mean, Annie. Relax and take some drugs. Drugs? Great, you're an addict. Goodbye. Drugs! Medications! I'm at work on my tea break. What are you going to do about the headache? Or are you feeling better now? Nothing, I'm at work, wearing a face mask because I think I'm getting a cold. I might stay home tomorrow. Sorry, please don't get sick. Too late, I already did, said Annie, because I've got a cold. You have to see a doctor? When do you close from work? Why, I've got a cold, don't be ridiculous. 6 p.m. Are you one of those childish wimps that wastes the doctor's time with every silly ache and pain? People like you make it even more difficult to see a doctor when you really need to. The question mark was a typographical error, he said. Why are you sounding like that? Why are you making ridiculous suggestions? I've got a cold, it's winter. Doctor's time's precious, and it's irresponsible to encourage people to waste appointments for minor illnesses. If you say so, he replied. Are you feeling any much better? I still have a headache. I'll probably stay home tomorrow. You should. Yes, it's not fair to spread my virus. I was wearing a face mask to try not to spread it today. It's not fair to spread it. Have you taken any medication yet? No. So he sent her some flowers and a get well soon, sweetheart message. Thank you, she said. What are you doing now? You're welcome. Ironing my curtain rail. What are you doing now? Going grocery shopping soon. Just finished cleaning the house not quite long ago. Don't you work? You haven't told me what you do. I work on the checkouts in the supermarket. I do, but I'm not working today. I'm a hyperbaric welder. Oh, okay. I weld small and guess what? Big metallic materials. And the most interesting is that I can weld underwater as well. What do you weld underwater? I can't think what that would be. I didn't even know you could do that. Heavy-duty pipes underwater. I don't get to do it more often though, but it's one of my skills in welding. How do you weld underwater? Doesn't the blowtorch get wet and go out? No, it doesn't. It's made of magnesium and it works in all weather conditions. I don't understand that, but okay, sounds complicated. If you want, I can explain in detail how it works. You haven't told me where you're from, Annie. I live in Shaftesbury in Dorset. Oh, okay. I must confess, you're amazingly beautiful, special and unique, too. That's very kind of you. Tell me about yourself. What are your hobbies? Underwater yogic chairlifting and international stitch counting. What are yours? Theatre shows, travelling, fishing and fitness. How are you feeling today? Oh, much better today, thanks. Have you done a lot of travelling? I won't say a lot. I've been to Hungary, Norway and Greece. I've been to Mexico twice, but for work purpose. You said travelling was one of your hobbies. It is. I enjoy travelling. But you haven't done very much. What kind of fishing do you do? I know I haven't. I still have plans to travel and see new places. Fly fishing. Do you fish? No, I don't. My ex did when we were first married. Oh, okay. You never told me you were single. You never asked. My bad. You're amazingly beautiful. How come you're single? Isn't there a clue in my ex? Asked Annie. That's what I'm saying. Every man will be blessed to have you. How long have you been single? We divorced 8 years ago. That's quite a long time being alone. Do you have children? I have grown-up twins. That's great to hear. Sorry for my late response. The service is down because of the storm. Good morning. Do they live with you or they live alone? And if the person that you're talking to online starts asking you questions like that, do you live alone or do your children live alone or with you, then there's a very high chance that you're talking to a scammer. They're trying to find out whether there's anyone else in your house that can warn you that you're talking to a scammer. Neither, said Annie. Oh, okay. The service is bad here because of the storm. I'm divorced and had a son. He's late. I'm 64 years old. Being alone is terrible and tiring. I want a companion to spend the rest of my life with, a companion to grow old with. You're beautiful, intelligent and smart. One of us has to be, said Annie. Do you have grandchildren? I have a granddaughter and she's 4 years old. How lovely for you. Does she live near you? I'm still hoping for grandchildren. No, they live in Florida. I love her so much and we barely see each other. It's always lovely to have her around. Grandchildren are wonderful and lovely. And again, if the person that you're talking to online tells you that something is wonderful and lovely, there's a very high chance you're talking to a scammer. It's a generic phrase they use, especially if they're trying to describe to you the place that they claim to live in. They'll say it's wonderful and lovely and peaceful, or the people are wonderful and lovely. Where do you live? I haven't asked you. I live in Shaftesbury in Dorset. I live in North Carolina, United States. Good morning, Annie. Good morning. How are you, Anne? He said, and tried to call her. Hello, Annie. How was your day today? No word from you yesterday. Is everything going well? Hello again. I was at work when you tried to call yesterday. Okay. How did your day go? I did a late shift today, so I didn't finish until 8 p.m. Okay. When will you be chanced for us to meet for a glass of wine or nice dinner? Where do you live? I live in New York. You moved, she said, because, remember, he said he lived in North Carolina. Our man did genuinely disappear for a minute or two, scroll back to see what his mate had said. I have to be in Mexico by Saturday, and I'm making preparations for that. Yes, I travelled to New York, and preparing for my trip, I have work to do in Mexico. Well, I have no plans to go to the US or Mexico, so I guess the answer's no. I'll come to you. We'll know each other very well. What do you say? If you want to, I hardly even know who you are. As time goes on, we'll know each other better, Annie. I'm sure we will. I'm off for a shower. I'm tired after working late. Sorry for the stress at work, ? He said. After shower, go to bed and relax your back. And there's only so many times a girl can put up with being told about her stress. Annie cracked, because Celia had just been talking to him. Oh, FGS, do you have some kind of obsession with stress? I said I was tired because I worked a long day. Are you one of those lazy so-and-sos who thinks the job should be easy, stress-free, but magically think they should be paid a lot for doing nothing? The world doesn't work like that. I didn't say that. And you don't have to kill yourself because you want to be paid for working. Enjoy your morning. You seem to think if someone has a virus, it must be because they're stressed. If they got tired from working, they must be stressed. Do you actually do any work yourself? Would you sit around all day telling other people what to do? I'm only telling you not to stress yourself out. And I do work myself. I have 8 employees, and I don't order them around. That's unusual in Scamland, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? You say you're at it again, so obviously you're one of those people that believe work should be stress-free and who do no work themselves. I don't like stress because it affects my mental health, so I don't want anyone to go through much stress. Or, continued Annie, because she was already typing, are you one of those daft West African scammers who are obsessed with stress because they wouldn't know an honest day's work if it smacked them in the face? You can stress yourself if you so much enjoy it then, he said. Enjoy your morning. Goodbye, said Annie, and ghosted him. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Peter Humple. In the next episode, our man is going to talk to Celia. And before this video ends, you know what to do. Please like it. Please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in Peter Humple, episode 2.